ಹಲೋ. ಹಲೋ. ತ್ವಮೇವ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ದ್ರವಿಣಂ ತ್ವಮೇವ ಸರ್ವಂ ಮಮ ದೇವ ದೇವ ತ್ವಮೇವ ಸರ್ವಂ ಮಮ ದೇವ ದೇವ.
Hari Om. Before I begin today's session, Happy New Year to all of you present here. Humble prostrations at the lotus feet of the presiding deity, Lord Dakshinamurti, Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, Pujya Swami Brahmananda, Pujya Swami Samathananda, Pujya Brahmachari Ved Chaitanya Ji, all the elders and devotees. Let us begin the evening proceedings with a thoughtful prayer by Chiranjeevi Shreyas Tyagarajar.
ಕಂಡೇನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ ಕಂಡೇನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ ಗೋವಿಂದನ ಕಂಡೇನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ ಗೋವಿಂದನ ಕಂಡೆನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ ಕನಕರತ್ನದ ಮಣಿಯ ಕಂಡೆನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ ಕನಕರತ್ನದ ಮಣಿಯ ನಂದನ ಕಂದ ಮುಕುಂದನ ಚರಣವ ನಂದನ ಕಂದ ಮುಕುಂದನ ಚರಣವ ಕಂಡೇನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ ಗೋವಿಂದನ ಕಂಡೆನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ ಕನಕರತ್ನದ ಮಣಿಯ ನಂದನ ಕಂದ ಮುಕುಂದನ ಚರಣವ ಕಂಡೇನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ ಅಂದುಗೆ ಕಿರುಗೆಜ್ಜೆ ಘಲುರೆಂಬವಾದ್ಯತಿ ಅಂದುಗೆ ಕಿರುಗೆಜ್ಜೆ ಘಲುರೆಂಬವಾದ್ಯತಿ ಒಂದು ಕಾಳಿಂಗನ ಫಣೆಯನೇರಿ ಬಂದು ಕಾಳಿಂಗನ ಫಣೆಯನೇರಿ ಧಿಮ್ ಧಿಮಿ ಧಿಮಿಕೆಂದು ಧಿಮ್ ಧಿಮಿ ಧಿಮಿಕೆಂದು ಪಾದಗತಿಗಳಿಂದ ಧಿಮ್ ಧಿಮಿ ಧಿಮಿಕೆಂದು ಪಾದಗತಿಗಳಿಂದ ನಂದದಿ ಕುಣಿವ ಮುಕುಂದನ ಚರಣವ ನಂದದಿ ಕುಣಿವ ಮುಕುಂದನ ಚರಣವ ಕಂಡೇನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ ಉಟ್ಟ ಪೀತಾಂಬರ ಉಡಿಯ ಕಾಂಚನಧಾಮ ಉಟ್ಟ ಪೀತಾಂಬರ ಉಡಿಯ ಕಾಂಚನಧಾಮ ತೊಟ್ಟ ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಹಾರ ಕೌಸ್ತುಭವೂ ಉಟ್ಟ ಪೀತಾಂಬರ ಉಡಿಯ ಕಾಂಚನಧಾಮ ತೊಟ್ಟ ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಹಾರ ಕೌಸ್ತುಭವೂ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ವೈಜಯಂತಿ ತುಳಸಿ ವನಮಾಲೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ವೈಜಯಂತಿ ತುಳಸಿ ವನಮಾಲೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ವೈಜಯಂತಿ ತುಳಸಿ ವನಮಾಲೆ ಈಟ ದ್ವಾದಶ ನಾಮ ನಿಗಮ ಗೋಚರನ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ವೈಜಯಂತಿ ತುಳಸಿ ವನಮಾಲೆ ಈಟ ದ್ವಾದಶ ನಾಮ ನಿಗಮ ಗೋಚರನ ಕಂಡೇನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ मंगलवर तुंगभद्रादि मेरे वन मंगलवर तुंगभद्रादि मेरे वन अंगज पितन श्री लक्ष्मीपतिया मंगलवर तुंगभद्रादि मेरे वन अंगज पितन श्री लक्ष्मीपतिया शृंगारमूर्ति पुरंदर विठलन शृंगारमूर्ति पुरंदर विठलन शृंगारमूर्ति पुरंदर विठलन कंगलिंदली कंडे हिंगितु भवभय शृंगारमूर्ति पुरंदर विठलन कंगलिंदली कंडे हिंगितु भवभय कंडेना कनसिनली ಗೋವಿಂದನ ಕಂಡೆನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ ಕನಕರತ್ನದ ಮಣಿಯ ನಂದನ ಕಂದ ಮುಕುಂದನ ಚರಣವ ಕಂಡೇನ ಕನಸಿನಲಿ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ.
Thank you, Shreyas, for uniting us all with the divine and preparing us with this wonderful journey that we are about to take in the next coming week. As you all are aware, at Sri Padakshetra, the divine abode of Lord Dakshinamurti was dedicated to us by Pujya Guruji Swami Tejomayananji on 1st January 2005. Right after that day, it has become a pilgrimage site to all the seekers of philosophical knowledge. The Jnana Yajnas, satsangs, along with regular classes and festivals that are held here, have kindled the spirits of thousands of speakers, clearing the doubts of many besides, and inspiring newcomers to take up the study of our scriptures every year. Every year in January, we conduct a Jnana Yajna so dear to Pujya Gurudev to observe the anniversary of this spiritual movement here. I request the Yuvakendra members to welcome the gathering and introduce the dignitaries on the dais.
Hari Om. Humble prostrations to all the dignitaries present on the dais, all elders and devotees present here. This year, it is my privilege to welcome the gathering and to introduce all the dignitaries on the dais. This year, we have with us Pujya Brahmachari Ved Chaitanya Ji, who is well known to the sadhaks here as he has already conducted a Jnana Yajna here a couple of years ago. He needs no formal introduction, but for newcomers, I would like to just briefly introduce him. He comes from a very devout family with the wonderful tradition of sants that Maharashtra is famous for. An electronics and telecommunication engineer, as an electronic and telecommunication engineer, he could have easily carved a wonderful career in TCS. But Vedji was interested in exploring and studying the mysterious intricacies of life right from his college days, inspired during his sojourn in Chinmaya Yuvakendra. This took him to the Chinmaya Sandipani in 2011, where he mastered the scriptures under Pujya Swami Tejomayanandaji, Swami Advayanandaji, and Swami Sharadanandaji. On completion and obtaining Diksha in 2013, he served in the mission in various capacities, conducting Jnana Yajnas, satsangs, Balvihars, Yuvakendra classes, and right now he's guiding sadhaks in the CIF in Kerala. A very versatile and fluent speaker in English, Hindi, and Marathi, Vedji is popular with his loose, simple explanation of the subtle, profound philosophical concepts that even a beginner finds very easy and interesting. We are indeed lucky to have such a versatile personality explaining such a wonderful concept to us. I request our trustee, Sri Krishna Kumarji, to offer flowers and fruits as a token of our respect to Pujya Swamiji.
We also have with us Mata Annapurneshwari, our beloved Pujya Swamini Samatanandaji, who is the pillar behind all activities here. She has proved that physical health is no hindrance when it comes to fulfilling a vision, and has been managing this huge complex efficiently for over 20 years in spite of her health. Besides, of course, guiding and inspiring all who come near her in every field, worldly and spiritual. We extend you a very warm welcome, Amma, and request Srimati Radha Krishna Kumar to offer fruits and flowers.
We have with us another iconic personality in Shri B. Krishna Kumar, who has been with Pujya Gurudev in mission for how long? I'm sure even he may not remember. He was the mission president for several years, and right now he's our trustee, involving himself in every single activity and project, smallest to the biggest. His involvement in every center in Karnataka, in some form or other, must be seen to believe. His commitment in Pujya Gurudev's vision and Pujya Brahmaji's Sankalpas is an inspiration to all of us. A very warm welcome to you, sir, and I request Shri G and Sheshadri to welcome him with fruits and flowers. A program of this nature cannot be a success without sincere sadhaks like you, and you're the real inspiration for us to arrange such Jnana Yajnas. A sincere thanks from the bottom of our hearts and a very warm welcome to each one of you. Thank you and Hari Om.
Thank you all the Yuva Kendra members to come and introduce the dignitaries. Now I request Shri B. Krishna Kumar, our trustee, to highlight the activities of the mission in Bengaluru along with the vision for the upcoming year.
Hari Om. My prostrations at the lotus feet of Swami Pujya, Swami Chinmayanandaji, Brahmanandaji, Samatanandaji, Veda Chaitanyaji, and all Acharyas who are keeping this light continuously burning, passing on this great knowledge given by our rishis and Bhagavan himself to generations after generations. Here it is very important for us to know that Pujya Swami Chinmayananda started passing on this spiritual knowledge to reach every common man by conducting yajnas in public, which was a great change which he brought in our country, and which helped every one of us to have at least an introduction to Bhagavad Gita or Vedanta or Upanishads. Here, what is the importance of Bhagavad Gita? It is a manual for life. How we should lead our life. Very, very important for every one of us. And who is benefited? I am benefited. If I know Bhagavad Gita, my reactions to the external stimuli which we get from the outer world will be totally well processed, and I am going to be happier. And I create happiness for others also. it is so important that we learn about Bhagavad Gita at our younger ages, which Swami Chinmayananji thought of and provided to offer this facility through Bal Vihars, by training our Bal Vihar classes conducted by many people in many places for very young children, whereby they are introduced to our scriptural texts of Bhagavad Gita, some shlokas, some stories, and they spend time happily. I am so happy wherever I go, I meet people, and when I say that I am from Chinmaya Mission, I will get a response that, oh, I attended the Bal Vihar class here, in this place, in this town, or in this city. I went through education through a Chinmaya Vidyalaya. I heard him long back. I heard Swami Pujya Chinmayananji's lectures. So great. It is all so happy for us to be associated with a world organization where we are all interconnected. And Swamiji's pledge that we stand as one family is very important. We here in Bangalore have 3 Vidyalayas, and which meet the requirement of youngsters, but it is still very insufficient for a city like Bangalore. However, so many constraints are there. Then we have one Chinmaya Mission hospital, which is attending to the needs of patients who need medical attention. Jnana Yajnas are conducted, camps are conducted. It is very, very useful. Camps are very useful. So whenever there is an opportunity and a camp is conducted, I would request all of you to attend positively in spite of your other engagements. We are all very happy to see you all here, and we are to see you here, and I request all of you to bring in another 2 or 3 people tomorrow, so that the hall is also full and it is going to benefit a larger number of people. Pujya Swami, our Veda Chaitanya ji, will be conducting class on Bhagavad Gita, different chapters, and his lectures are going to be very helpful for us in our future life. I am happy that the Yajna is all, arranged and organized by our Chick group, which has taken now positive responsibility for conducting Yajnas in a big way. I immensely thank you all for giving me this opportunity. Hari Om.
Yeah, this is better. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful synopsis. Truly, Chinmaya Mission adds a feather to our cap. I would say a golden feather. But we are really lucky and blessed to have you here under the able guidance of Puja Brahmaji and all other acharyas who are ever ready to help us during our time of study. Jnana Yajnas of this nature strictly requires no introduction. But just as the flow of river cannot be inaugurated, it is symbolic to remind us that knowledge, Jnana Ganga, is the only light that can remove the darkness of ignorance. And now, I request Puja Swamini Samadhananda ji to inaugurate the Jnana Yajna by lighting the lamp. Thank you, Amma, for all the guidance you have been giving us 24/7. We now have the Chinmay Aarti by Srimati Radha and Shri Krishna Kumar.
हरि ओम। आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की दिव्य रूप मूर्ति करुणा की। आरती सद्गुरु की। चरणों में उनके शांति समाए, शरणागत की भ्रांति मिटाए, पाप ताप संताप हरण की। आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। वेद उपनिषद गीता को गाया, धर्म सनातन फिर से जगाया। शुद्ध नीति प्रीति शंकर की। आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। सिद्धवाड़ी की तपोभूमि में नित्य विराजे गुरु हमारे। भक्त हृदय आनंद स्रोत की। आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की।
Before Pujya Vedji starts off with his magic and gets us all in the flow, a few important announcements by the Sevak Karthik.
As most of you are aware, we are entering the 75th year of the mission and celebrating the Amrit Mahotsav this year. To commemorate this Amritotsav Yatra, a bus containing Gurudev's various artifacts, padukas and a lot more, has been flagged off from Chinmay Vibhuti Kolwan yesterday, and it will travel across the country during this year. It will reach Bangalore, this very center, on March 1st, and it will stay here till March 4th. And next, I would like to let you know that since Vedji is here and I am part of the Yuva Kendra, I am very glad and very happy to tell or inform that there is an interactive session that has been planned on this Sunday with Puja Vedji. So I request everybody within the age of 18 to 32 to please come attend this interactive session. If you know anybody, you could bring them along with you as well. It's Sunday morning at 10 a.m., 10 to 11:30.
The Yajna will commence at 6:30 p.m. sharp every day, and we will request you all to be 15 minutes early and listen to the bhajans so that your mind gets tuned and you can focus more. We request you to bring at least 2 more people. I mean, a lot of people have come and told you that get more people, but we request it because we can think of it as our dakshina towards the Puja Gurudev, and if we get more people, we can get inspired by their thoughts, their ideologies, their different mindsets. So that's a huge request. Last request, but please, 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 even I will implement it. Please switch off your mobile phones or put it on silent mode. As after this session, even I'm going to turn it off. No doubt that today it has become a very integral part of our life. We cannot renounce it, but at least from 6:15 p.m. to 8 p.m. we can surely turn it off. Hari Om, and thank you. To you, H.
Hari Om. Thank you all the CHIC members for that wonderful inauguration program. You finished in time. Good job. Hari Om to all. Very happy to be here once again. Just a few things before we start the session. If anybody would like to sit down, okay, you are most welcome to sit in front. Youngsters, please come and sit in front. You all surely can sit down. So, better, easier for me also to keep my focus. He already announced very well that we must switch off our mobile phones or keep them on silent, etc. In case you don't know how to do it, please ask your neighbor. In case that person also doesn't know, you raise your hand, somebody will come and do it for you. Sometimes see, it's not very easy for everybody. So if you don't know in case how to do it, please make sure that you get it done from somebody else. Thank you to all the committee members for calling me once again, and my prostrations at the feet of Swami Brahmanandji, who is so loving towards me all the time because of his nature, not because I deserve or anything, but because of his nature. Thank you for calling. Swamiji only has given this topic also, so will be wonderful for me also to reflect. We'll start. Om Namo Narayanaaya. 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 ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ श्रीगणेशाय नमः ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं परमानन्दमाधवम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। Hari Om. My salutations at the feet of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji Maharaj, to the entire Guru Parampara and to all of you present here. Pranam, Hari Om. We are entering into the 75th year of Chinmaya movement. 31st December 1951, Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji conducted his first Jnana Yajna in Pune, in Rastapet Ganpati Mandir, on Kenopanishad and Kathopanishad. Since then, what began as a small gathering has become such a massive movement today. Today we have Chinmaya Mission in over 300 centers and more than 40 countries. So many people associated with mission in all the activities, all started by Gurudev's Sankalpa, his vision and his actions. Yesterday, 31st December 2025, isn't it? So 74 years are over, and today the 75th year begins. What better way to celebrate this mission of Gurudev other than discussing on Bhagavad Gita? There is nothing better. Why? Because Gurudev is synonymous with Bhagavad Gita. Though the first Jnana Yajna conducted was not on Bhagavad Gita, but later on he conducted so many Jnana Yajnas on Bhagavad Gita. And whenever we speak of Gurudev, Gita will come to our mind. Whenever we'll speak of Gita, Gurudev will come to our mind. So I'm very happy that we will be discussing next 9 days, starting from today, on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Generally, we conduct Gita Jnana Yajnas, so there will be a particular chapter of Bhagavad Gita which will be taken. You must have seen in the flyer, also in the publicity material that was used, that there is no particular chapter mentioned. Rather, we are going to discuss on yoga in Bhagavad Gita and different yogas that we have, Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, etc., etc. So 9 different yogas from Bhagavad Gita we are going to discuss over these 9 days. we began today's session by chanting the first Dhyana Shloka, Parthaya Pratibodhitam. Okay? It had two purposes in my mind when I chanted that. Number one, we should always remember by doing dhyana on entire Bhagavad Gita. Right? It is prostrations to Gita Mata only, which is there in that verse. Second, I wanted to know how many of you know Bhagavad Gita. Because the moment I start Parthaya Pratibodhitam and everybody is joining, means I know that you have heard about Bhagavad Gita, you have heard different chapters of Bhagavad Gita, and I know many of you have been part of mission and study groups, etc. for over 20, 25, 30 years. So I know that I don't have to go into the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. That I don't have to do. Everybody knows Bhagavad Gita was told by Sri Krishna to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. All of us know. Ashtadashadhyayinim, there are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita. All of us know that. So that is not what we are going to discuss. Okay. What are we going to discuss? We are going to discuss the concept of yoga in Bhagavad Gita. Now let me tell you right at the beginning, the word is yoga, not yoga. Okay. Today it is very popular word yoga. Everybody is doing yoga. What do they do in yoga? They do asanas, some pranayamas, and different kinds of yogas are there, by the way. If you don't know, please search on Google. Now to ChatGPT, etc., they will tell you different kinds of yogas which people follow. But that's not yoga that we will be discussing here. See, the word yoga is very popular or often used word in Bhagavad Gita. Yesterday I was just trying to, make a list of how many times the word yoga comes in Bhagavad Gita. I went up to 40 and then 16, 56, and then I stopped. There will be more. Yoga, yogi, yogam. There are different versions of that word yoga will be there. But so many times one word is used by Bhagavan Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. That itself shows the importance of that word. No doubt, maybe because of that reason itself, that Madhusudan Saraswati ji, who was the Shankaracharya of Sringeri Matha and has written very beautiful commentary on Gita, who is generally said to be the contributor in terms of names of the chapters. We know that Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. And when it comes in Mahabharata, it doesn't come as these names. See, when you are concluding a chapter, you will say in this text, in this parva, this chapter is concluding. So, Mahabharati or Jaye, Shanti Parve, Ashtadashadhyaya, whatever. Right? So, these names that we have been using, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Karma Sannyasa, Atma Samyama Yoga, Dhyana Yoga. Now all these names, generally in our tradition we believe that they were given by Madhusudan Saraswati ji. And every single chapter he is calling it as yoga. You understand why? Because that is the word that Bhagavan Shri Krishna himself uses so many times. Right. What is the meaning of this word yoga? Word yoga comes from dhatu yuj. Sanskrit, dhatus are the main building blocks of all the words. So 99% of the words in Sanskrit come from root, dhatu, which are fixed. 2104 dhatus. Only those many dhatus are there. From them only all these different words have come. So dhatu is yuj. Yuj means to join. Yuj means to join, to unite. So the word yoga, one simple meaning of the word yoga is yojanam yogaha. To unite is called yoga. Okay. To unite whom? To unite us, of course. Otherwise, why will we study? To unite us with whom? With our own self. Why? Because all our problems are caused because of this disunion, this separation from ourselves. Somehow we have forgotten what is our true nature, and that is what has created all these problems. So we go back to our nature, we unite ourselves with ourselves, or we can say to unite with God, who is nothing but me only, the self only. God also is not some different entity. So to unite with God, to unite with our own self, that is one meaning of the word yoga. Yojanam yoga. Second meaning is yujyate anena iti yoga. That by which we unite. So the means because of which we are uniting, those means are also called as yoga. So we are uniting, which is the goal, and the means with which we are uniting, those means are also called as yoga. So interestingly, the word yoga can be used for the goal, the final union with the self, and also for the means. With this meaning alone, we have very different yogas, names of every chapter, or otherwise also we often use 4 paths: karma yoga, bhakti yoga, ashtanga yoga, jnana yoga. See, there also we are using the word yoga. What that word yoga means there? The path. Karma yoga means the path of action. Bhakti yoga means the path of devotion. Means what? That karma, bhakti, ashtanga or jnana is used as means for the final union. Okay? So, when we are using that word yoga at the end of every chapter, right? Arjuna Vishada Yoga. What does it mean? Arjuna's Vishada, the sorrow of Arjuna became yoga, means for yoga, for him to unite with God. Twice the word yoga will be used. It will not be used, but in the meaning it will be used twice. The sorrow of Arjuna, which became means for him to unite with God. So means and union, both are the meanings of the word yoga. Understanding? So every single chapter will be named like this: Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Purushottama Yoga. Every chapter will be named like this. So it is the means and it is also the goal. And that's why there is a colophon also. Colophon means the end. Now, every chapter after we finish, Om Tat Sat iti Srimad Bhagavad Geeta Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre. You see? Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yoga Nama Pratamodhyaya, giving example. That will change for every chapter, but the common thing is Om Tat Sat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Thus, in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Upanishatsu, which is nothing but the knowledge of the Upanishads. Brahma Vidyayam, where the self-knowledge is given. Yoga Shastre, along with the technique or the means to attain that self-knowledge. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna is not just giving dry philosophy. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is giving practical, application-oriented means to attain what is explained through the philosophy. Because of this reason alone, Bhagavad Gita is so popular and so relevant for all of us. Because it is not just discussing something, it is telling me to do, it is guiding me in my life so that I can also attain that final goal of union with the self. Right? So we have this word yoga. And you see, Bhagavan Shri Krishna doesn't just use the word yoga. He tells us to be yogi. How many times he has said, Tasmat yogi bhavarjuna, yoga matishta uttishta bharata. Isn't it? Tasmat yogi bhavarjuna, 6th chapter he says. That therefore Arjuna, you should become yogi. You should become yogi. See, again, our preconceived notions are such that the moment we hear you should become yogi, immediately we think that we should have long beard and we should have malas and we should be doing tapas standing in the Himalayas, or we on one leg with hands stretched up. That is how we immediately imagine that this is what yogi is. That also can be a yogi, but that is not what is meant here by Bhagavan Shri Krishna. When he says tasmad yogi bhava, hey Arjuna, oh Arjuna, become yogi, doesn't mean that give up everything, go and stand, nothing like that. He says tasmad yogi bhava, oh Arjuna, be united with your own self. That is what he is trying to sell. Yogam atishtha. You stand firm on this yoga, on this karma yoga. Uttishta and get up. Don't sit down and cry. That's what Arjuna is doing. Therefore, Bhagavan says in 4th chapter, get up. Follow this karma yoga. Be yogi. Yogastha kuru karmani. Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. 2nd chapter, very popular shloka. Right? Karmanyavadi karasta. Next shloka is this. Yogastha kuru karmani. You perform actions. How? Yogastha. Established in the yoga, you perform actions. Tasmad yogaya yujjasva naivam papamavapsasi. Same chapter. Therefore, Arjuna, be united with this yoga. Here karma yoga he is talking about. Practically follow this karma yoga and then you will not get any sin. So not only Bhagavan Shri Krishna is using this word, but he is prompting us, he is inspiring us, come on, do it. Therefore we must do. See, sometimes our parents tell us few things and we hear what they are saying with both ears open. You understand why both ears should be open, right? Yeah, one for input, other for output. Yeah, you heard and you... Why? What parents, what do they know? But as we start, growing up, getting little older, then we understand they were correct. But when do we understand this? When we have kids who don't listen to us, that time we understand, oh, they were correct. And now what is the point? That time when they were saying, we didn't focus. Our teachers in school, colleges, how many times they were telling us, that time we ignored. We used to think, why are they keep talking so much? Shh, just calm down a little. We used to ask for off period. Isn't it? Free period, PT period. We did, all of us did. Don't sit here with, I am a very sattvic person. Nothing. All of us have done all these things. You may not accept it in front of others, but we have done it. And now, after finishing everything, now we wish, oh, those days were so golden. What was golden about them? When those golden days were there, we were not listening to anybody. Our parents were telling what is right for us. Our teachers were telling. Elders, other elders other than parents, though, most of the times we don't even keep both the ears open at that time. Both are closed. So that no need of input, output only. Let it come and reflect itself. Why? They keep saying. I am not saying that everything that the elders are saying is correct, okay? That is not what I am saying. Elders also must understand that only few things you should tell. All the time if you give too many instructions, nobody is going to follow. Nobody likes instructions. You will tell that young boy, go to the shop, get 5 kg of sugar. Okay, the instruction should end here. You have communicated everything that is required, that he needs to go to the shop and get 5 kg sugar. But we don't stop. We say, take money, keep the change, take the change properly, take bag. When you take sugar in the bag, don't rotate the bag. Why are you giving so many instructions? Then what happens? Then the first instruction itself he says, I don't want to go. Why? If by following your one instruction, I have to listen to 10 instructions, it's better I don't follow first instruction. I am not saying that everything that elders say is correct, but I am saying every time somebody tells us something, our usual response is, we'll see. And most of the times later on we think, we should have listened. Yes or no? Now here, Bhagavan himself is coming and telling us. Not just parents or teachers or elders who sometimes may be right, sometimes may be wrong. Bhagavan himself. And you know Bhagavan Shri Krishna's style, no? If Arjuna asks something, he will tell and he will stop. Arjuna has to ask again, but Bhagavan, what happened? If you want to know, you ask. I will tell you. On his own, he will not add anything extra. Not one letter extra he will add. That is how Bhagavan Shri Krishna is. Unless the student asks for clarification. Otherwise, he will, you asked, I told, over, topic close. Now, such God, Sakshat Bhagavan, is coming and telling us that we must follow this yoga, we must become yogi. Don't you think that we should listen to God? There is another reason also why we should listen to Sri Krishna, because he is Sakshat Yogeshwara. Don't forget. He says also, Sanjaya says at the end, I have heard this from Yogeshwarat Krishnat. Sakshat Kathayata Swayam. I have listened to this from Bhagavan Yogeshwara. Yogeshwara means God of yoga. Yogasya Ishvara. So if God of yoga is talking about yoga and telling us to follow yoga, don't you think we should listen? He is an authority. Now, though we say that we should listen, we should, follow, but what is that yoga? In Srimad Bhagavad Gita itself, different definitions of yoga are there. Okay. Now we will see few, but as the sessions go on, you will see more definitions of yoga. Two very popular definitions come from the second chapter. Samatvam yoga uchyate. And yoga karmasu kaushalam. 48th and 50th verse of second chapter will give these two definitions. What? Samatvam yoga. Yoga means what? Equanimity. Another definition he says, yoga karmasu kaushalam. What is yoga? He says yoga is dexterity in action, perfection in action. Kaushalam, kushalata, expertise in action. So perform action in such a way that it is perfect. That perfection is yoga. Okay, so these two definitions he is giving. The more of it we will see tomorrow, because tomorrow is the topic for this Karma Yoga. No, these two definitions are from Karma Yoga section. So we'll see them tomorrow. Another definition he gives in 6th chapter, which is very interesting definition. He says, Dukkha Samyoga Viyogam Yoga Sannitam. What is this yoga? He says, Dukkha Samyoga Viyoga. Now see, very interesting. In Sanskrit, there are certain prefixes which are added. The word will be there. Something is added before the word. Now that prefix, what it will do is, sometimes it will add some meaning to the word. Sometimes it will change the meaning. Or sometimes it will just keep the meaning as it is. Now here the word yoga is prefixed with two different words. Samyoga and Viyoga. Samyoga means, sam means fully, completely, yoga means union. And Viyoga means Vigata Yoga. No union means separation. So yoga means union. Samyoga means complete union. Viyoga means separation. And Bhagavan uses all these three words in the same definition. He says, what is yoga? Yoga is viyoga from samyoga with dukkha. What? Right now, our situation is how? That we are united with dukkha, sorrow. Aren't we? You ask anybody, whomever you meet, generally, when we greet each other, how are you? You ask or no? What the other person says? Suppose I ask you a question, how are you? I am fine. Good. Everything okay? All okay. Guruji says, Swami Tejomananji says, you should ask this question only once. By mistake, if you ask that person again, then what will happen? Swamiji, everything is okay, but. Now this but is very dangerous but. Why? Because anything that is before but doesn't have any meaning. And after the but, there will be list of things. Everything is fine, but nowadays health is not good. Every day different organ of the body decides to tell me that I exist. So one day my stomach is paining, another day head is okay, leg, shoulders. I did not even know there are so many, what is this called? Joints. Now only I am realizing, oh, here also one joint is there. While using, I never thought. Otherwise, everything okay. And everybody will have different list. Nowadays, children don't listen to us. Grandchildren, children only don't listen. Now, grandchildren, where are they going to listen? 100% they are not going to listen. You ask youngsters, they will say, parents don't listen to us. Swamiji, what to tell you? And nagging all the time. Every day they tell you, get up in the morning, early morning, take bath, go to college on time. Why? Anyway, some research has shown that you don't need to take bath every day. See, we are very selective, no? There will be some research which says you should take bath twice also, but that research we will not focus on. Something that I like, why should you take it? Especially in winter. Bangalore will become very cold. No need to take bath, but they force me to take bath. If we see our life, it is filled with sorrow, with little bit of happiness for us to continue our life. That's it. Every time we are about to break, little joy will come and we will become more equipped for what? For next sorrow. Gurudev used to say, life is like eating chocolate with the wrapper. What happens? Most of the time that taste of wrapper comes, in between the chocolate taste also comes. So this dukkha samyoga in my life, when I am united with this sorrow, to separate myself with this sorrow is yoga. So separation from complete union with sorrow is true union. So what is union? Union is separation. Yes. Separation from what? Separation from that with which we have wrongly united ourselves. That is how Gurudev used to say. Detach and attach. Remember? Detach from the BMI which you think you are. Attach with that Supreme Self which you actually are. So this separating myself from the lower, from not self, and uniting myself with the true self, that is what is called as yoga. Now the first topic that we will be seeing is Sankhya Yoga. As I told you, we will be seeing 9 different yogas over the 9 days. Today first topic is Sankhya Yoga. Why Sankhya Yoga is the first topic? Because that is the title of the second chapter. Veji, first chapter what happened? First chapter is all about Arjuna talking. Bhagavan Shri Krishna in the entire first chapter says half a line. Do you know this? Do you know what is the half line he says? Partha Pashya Etan Kurun. That's it. We know in Mahabharata war, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is the charioteer of Arjuna. So the entire setup is given in the first chapter, that Mahabharata war is starting. Bhagavad Gita starts with Dhritarashtra asking Sanjaya what happened at the Kurukshetra, and Sanjaya starts to narrate. He first narrates everything about the Kaurava army where Duryodhana was the leader, self-proclaimed leader, though somebody else was supposed to be leading. But he went to Dronacharya and spoke some, idiotic things which he should not. Then what happened? Then the conches, etc. were blown and the war started technically. And then he comes to the side of Pandava. Sanjaya is talking about Pandava's army then. And then starts with Sri Krishna and Arjuna and how they, sitting in a great chariot, Mahatisyandane sthito, etc. And Arjuna, the main warrior of the Mahabharata war, he told Sri Krishna, take my chariot in between the two armies. I want to see with whom I have to fight. And who all have come to fight with me, I want to see. And at that moment, what Bhagavan Shri Krishna do? You see, before we go to what he did, let me tell you something about Shri Krishna, okay? He is possibly the most crooked fellow that you will ever find in the entire world. Okay? Nothing he will do straight. I call him Teddy Ungli. There is one idiom in Hindi which says कि वो घी निकालने के लिए उंगली टेढ़ी करनी पड़ती. Straight if you keep, no, nothing will come out. Little bit crooked. That crooked finger is Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Nothing he will do straight. In his entire life he has not done anything straight. He will give semblance to everybody around that they are in charge. But actually he is the in charge of everything. He may have said that I will not take part in war, I will not take weapons in hand, but everything is happening according to how he wants. Now, as a charioteer, he is supposed to follow the instruction of the master of chariot, isn't it? But he found a loophole. Arjuna told Sri Krishna, take my chariot in between the two armies. But in between can be interpreted in two ways. Now imagine, okay, two lines are there. Okay, one side Pandava army, one side Kaurava army. Okay, the first warriors from the entire line, and behind there are lakhs of people, right? So you can imagine there are two lines. Now when you say take my chariot in between, means if these two lines, then in between. Correct? But where in between? That Arjuna had not told. So what Sri Krishna did? He took the chariot in between, but exactly in between Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya. So width-wise, correct. Whatever was the distance between the two armies, he took in between. But where? Exactly in front of Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya. Why? Arjuna said, I want to see with whom I have to fight. Bhagavan is telling, these are the main two people with whom you have to fight. And that is the fact. Mind you, Karna is not there on the battlefield. Technically, Karna is not there. First day he has not even come. Why first day? 10 days he has not come on the battlefield only. Till the time Bhishmacharya is there. So, from the Kaurava army, the main warriors with whom Arjuna has to fight are these two only. Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya. Therefore, Sri Krishna took the chariot in between. And the words which are given in Bhagavad Gita are Uvacha Partha Pashyaitan Samavetan Kuruniti. That Uvacha and Iti is just for the sake of statement. What he says, Partha, hey Arjuna, Etan kurun pascha. See these Kauravas. Now I have no doubt in my mind that Bhagavan Shri Krishna must not have said Etan kurun pascha. He must have said Etan kurun pascha. See these two? Why? Because Sri Krishna knew that Arjuna has a very soft spot for Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya. One is his dear grandfather and another is his favorite teacher, for whom he was the favorite student. Different connection. And this is the Mahabharata final war where you have to kill them. You can't just say that I defeated them. No. It's the final war. Bhagavan Shri Krishna wanted to test whether Arjuna is ready for the battle or not. Please understand, this readiness for the battle is not physical readiness, is not skill-wise readiness. Arjuna has been ready all his life for battle. He was trained for battle right from the childhood. Since his father passed away, he was trained for that. Skill-wise, there was no confusion, no doubt in anybody's mind whether Arjuna can fight or not. Whether he is ready mentally. That's what Bhagavan Shri Krishna wanted to check. And finally, what he wanted to check happened. Why? Because when Arjuna saw Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya, in Gurudev's words, his nervous breakdown happened. See, some of these Gurudev's words are very unique. You can't say anything about it. Actually, he went through the entire process of mental breakdown. He started to cry, he started to give reasons why we should not fight, and we are the, more knowledgeable, we are the more, what we call as, clever, wise people among the two. We should understand, and we are about to do sin, we will go to hell, and we will destroy the entire society. Some different 7 main reasons he has given, convincing Shri Krishna that we should not fight. Then he understood that this we is not working. So he said, I will not fight. Shri Krishna said, that is okay, that is your opinion, you are entitled to your opinion, please, no problem. So the entire first chapter is about Arjuna's mental breakdown. Now Arjuna is Bhagavan Shri Krishna's friend and brother also, cousin also. So what happens when a person, when your friend is going through nervous breakdown or mental breakdown, okay, there are different ways that you can react. Okay. You see, those psychology students must study first and second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. You will exactly know what are the symptoms and how to counsel. I am telling you. There are some people, when somebody is going through mental breakdown, they themselves go through mental breakdown. So he is crying because he is telling his thing. I am crying because I am listening. Really, you are correct. Then what counseling you are going to do? Here when Arjuna is crying and sitting down and giving all these reasons, Sri Krishna is not crying. Nor is he insensitive person and say, hey, idiot fellow crying. Not that also he did not do. What Sri Krishna did? First thing he did was, he tried shock treatment. What did he try? Shock treatment means sometimes we go through some mental fatigue, and therefore we start to see everything pessimistic and we start to do this. So a friend needs to say, shut up, get up, chalo, nothing has happened. We do all these things. That is what he is doing right at the beginning of second chapter. He uses 2 verses. Klaibyam masmagam of Partha, naitatvai upapadyate, kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktva uttishta parantapa. Now, while we chant, we will say, Klaibyam masmagam of Partha, naitatvai upapadyate. But that is not how Sri Krishna said. He is saying, Klaibyam masmagama, don't be a eunuch. Don't be ladylike. Na etatvai upapadyate. This doesn't, suit you. Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktva. Give up this weakness of your heart. Uttishta. Get up. He tries shock treatment on Arjuna, just to see whether this mental breakdown is total or just a passing breakdown. If it is passing one, just by that he will say, yeah, correct only, chalo. But that is not what happens. Why? Because even after saying Uttishta, Arjuna has not gotten up. Veji, how do you know? Because Bhagavan again says Uttishta later on, which proves that he is still sitting. Arjuna starts to cry even more and starts to say, no, these people are, such worshipful people. Pujar how, Arisudana, oh, Shri Krishna, these two, Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, how can you are a very insensitive person. How can you say that I should fight with these people? They are worshipful people. Then in the process, he even says, I don't know whether I will win or not. Just now you were telling in first chapter that if we fight, we will win. If we win, we will get the kingdom. And what is the point in getting the kingdom which is brought by, blood of our own kith and kin? If you are so clear that if you fight, you will win, now where is the doubt coming? Why is the doubt coming? The moment Arjuna says, Arjuna himself realizes that there is something wrong with me. Why? This is not how I usually think. Psychology. Isn't it? If a person is going through psychotic problems, first step to recovery is to understand that there is problem. Acceptance is the second step. And that is what he does immediately after and says, Bhagavan, I am not asking you as a friend. No, I am not asking you as your brother. I am asking you as your student. Please be my teacher. Guide me. Tell me what is right for me. Very clearly he says. Why? Karpanya doshopahata svabhava. Prachhamitvam dharma sammudha cheta. Yat shreyah syat. That which is good for me. Nishchitam bruhi tanme. Please tell me clearly. Shishyasteham. I am asking as a shishya, as a disciple, as a student. Shadhimam, please teach me. Why? Unless you teach me, I am not going to understand this. What Bhagavan Shri Krishna, see what has happened to Arjuna. Arjuna says that I am confused about my duty. Dharma sammudha chetaha. I don't know what I should do. Should I fight or should I not fight? Now, little more analysis will show that this confusion in duty is because of his sorrow. Why? Because he is thinking that he has to fight with Dronacharya, Bhishmacharya, he has to kill them. That sorrow is causing this dharma sankata, dharma sammoha. And if we still further analyze, this sorrow is caused by moola moha, by basic confusion of who he is. One very beautiful line Guruji has written in the Bhagavad Gita course that we have under CIF. He says, confusion in duty arises from ignorance of identity. Confusion in duty arises from ignorance of identity. Means, if I don't know who I am, I will not know what to do. Very simple example. If I am judge in the court, and if the criminal who has been brought is my own relative, if I look at that person and if I consider myself to be relative, my judgment will be different. But if I understand that I am right now not the relative of this person, but I am the judge of the judiciary system, the moment there is clarity in identity, duty will become very clear. So Arjuna's confusion about duty is arising from his ignorance of his identity. He has forgotten that he is standing there as a warrior from Dharma. From Dharma's side. He is not standing there as grandson of Bhishmacharya or disciple of Dronacharya. Still further, if we see, Arjuna has forgotten his real nature, his real identity with the self. Somewhere he still considers himself to be Jiva. Now, understanding this entire thing, though Arjuna is asking, please tell me what should I do, Sri Krishna is not answering that question. Sri Krishna is telling who you are. That you understand first. I will come to what you should do later. First you understand who you are. Now this answer of who I am is the knowledge of the Upanishads that Bhagavan Sri Krishna is giving here. And therefore this chapter is called Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya here is not talking about any particular philosophy. Like we have no yoga philosophy, Sankhya philosophy, Mimamsa, all these Vaisheshika, all these philosophies are there, schools of Astika Darshanas. Sankhya doesn't mean that. Yoga also, what we are saying is not that philosophy we are talking about. Sankhya comes from the word Sankhya. One meaning of the word Sankhya is number. And Sankhya Darshana is called Sankhya Darshana. The title is given Sankhya because they like to enumerate everything. So Sankhya Darshana, if you study, everything will be, there are 2 realities, 24 principles, 5 this, 5 that. Some people are also like that. I tell you, these philosophies are not just in the book. Some people know when they will call. Generally in Chinmaya Mission, we start speaking with Hari Om. Now, some people will be there, they will call Hari Om, 2 things. Number 1, number 2. By the time you reply, they have kept the phone. Why? They wanted to tell 2 things, they told 2 things. Now, if you want to tell, you have to call again. Some people know that they are like number. The Sankhya Darshana follows that kind of method. Now here Sankhya is not in the meaning of number. Samyak Khyati. Samyak Khyati, that is called as Sankhya. What do you mean by Samyak Khyati? Samyak Khyayate Pratipadyate. That which is well explained. Okay? Or Samyak Khyayate Anena. That by which something is well explained, that is called Sankhya. So the word Sankhya refers to Upanishads, which explain the Brahman, the knowledge of Brahman, that Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya very well. So Sankhya means Upanishad. Sankhya means Upanishad Sambandhi, that which is related to Upanishads. What is the main topic of the Upanishad? The main topic of Upanishad is Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya. Now, because this chapter is connected very closely with that topic of Upanishad, therefore this chapter is called Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga. What do you mean by Sankhya Yoga means? Now here Sankhya means that self-knowledge, which is given as yoga means. For what? For that yoga ultimate union. Remember, we said that the word yoga will be used in 2 ways. So the self-knowledge is given in this chapter in its purest form. Bhagavan Sri Krishna starts only with this self-knowledge. See, sometimes we study Bhagavad Gita again and again, but we don't understand these aspects. Why Sri Krishna is giving this answer? Arjuna is asking what? Tell me what I should do. Answer should have been fight. 1 word answer. Why 18 chapters required? Because that 1 word answer will not solve the problem. Sri Krishna has analyzed the problem and said that dharma sammoha is because of shoka. Shoka is because of mula moha, what is called as ajnana. Now, unless I remove ajnana, shoka will not go. Unless shoka is not gone, Dharma sammoha will not go. And therefore, Bhagavan Shri Krishna attacks the root cause of all these problems, and that is ignorance of the self. Who am I? I don't know. Identity, I don't know. Duty, I will never know. Therefore, Bhagavan gives self-knowledge. This self-knowledge is called as Sankhya, which is yoga, means for yoga union. Clear? Now, how does he give Sankhya yoga? How does he give this self-knowledge? First itself he tells that, Arjuna, you are crying over people you should not be crying for. And you are talking as though you are very wise, but you are not. Why? Because the real wise people are those who never cry. I am not sorry, I am not sorrowful, I am not sorry. But you are saying something, but your actions don't match. You see? First thing he says, Ashocchanan vasochastvam pradnyavadamsha bhashase gatasuna agatasuncha na anushocanti panditaha. Wise people are those who never cry, neither for the dead nor for the living. Why? Because wise people have understood that there is nobody who is dead. Vechi? Yes. The moment we understand what is our true nature, we will know that there is no birth and death for me. That is the first thing that he says, Natvevaham jatunasam. There was no time in the past when we were not there. He says, Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, Arjuna, you, me, all these kings. There was no time in the past when all of us were not there. At the moment, in the present, we all are there. In future also, there will be no time when we will not be there. Means what? We always existed. We are existing now, and we will continue to exist. But that is not possible. Why? I am seeing people born. I am seeing people dying. That is only the birth and death of the body. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra namuhyati. Just as in one life we go through different stages. Childhood is over, youthhood has started. Youthhood is over, middle age has started. Middle age is over, old age has started. Old age is not over, okay? There is a problem with old age. It only starts. It doesn't end. Why? Because end of old age is end of body. That is when old age will end. He says, just as we have gone through all these phases, we will give up this body, take up another body. It's just change of body. Death is just a change of body. Vasamsi jiranani yatha vihaya navani grunhati naroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jiranani anyani samyati navani dehi. Arjuna, just as you give up your old dress and take up new dress, like that you give up this old body and take up new body. Are you sad when you are giving up old cloth? Surely not when we have the new in hand. You see, when we know we are going to get new, then we are not sad. My shirt. We are sad because I don't know whether I will get new or not. Death is not something we should be crying for. The Jiva has given up the old body, has got a new body. The Jiva is happy. You are sad. What a tragedy. And not only that you are sad, you are making everybody sad. And if somebody is not sad, you make them feel, you are what kind of person, you are not sad. So that person also feels, hey, everybody is sad, let me also be sad. Arjuna, the real wise person will never cry about all these things. Bhagavan had said for dead or living, for both he should not cry, correct? That wise person. For dead, why he should not cry? He has told, because death is just change of body. For living also, one should not cry. Why? Because that's how life is. Matra sparshastu kaunteya. Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkhadaha. How is the life? In life we are going to get things and things are going to go away from us. Some will give Shitata, Ushnata, some will be cold and hot, Sukha, Dukkhada, some will give joy, some will give sorrow. Agama, Apayinaha, they will come and go. Anityaha, they are impermanent. Tam Titikshasvarata. Wise person doesn't go up and down when these things come and go. They remain steady. Why? Because they know these things have come, they will go. What is a big thing? See, seasoned organizers, managers, etc. understand all these things. When you are starting something new, then when the new person is joining your team, you are very excited. This person is joining, very good. And when somebody is going also, why are you going? You are not. You want extra salary. You want this. You want that. But a seasoned manager will never be excited, nor that manager will be sad. Coming, they know this fellow will go. And when he is going, they know the next one will come. Why? Wisdom. Agama apayinaha anityaha. Never be elated when they come. Never be depressed when they go. Arjuna, understand your real nature. What is your real nature? Avinashitu tadviddhi. Understand that you are imperishable, indestructible. So you are talking about you will be killing them, they will be killed. Nothing like that is going to happen, Arjuna. Yes, physically your body will be killing that body, correct. But are they going to die? No. Why? Because you are also that supreme self. They are also the supreme self. Which self? Na sato vidyate bhavaha, na abhavo vidyate sata. That self which never perishes, which never ceases to exist. That self you are. And so are all these people, that same pure self. Therefore, Arjuna, don't cry. Don't think that you are going to kill them. Don't think that they will be killed. Why? Nothing like that happens. Yaenam vetti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubautau na vijanitaha na ayam hanti na hanyate. One who thinks that I am the killer, another who thinks that I am getting killed, both of them do not know that the self never kills, nor does it die. Vedji, thank you. From today onwards, the sole goal of my life is to kill everybody. And the moment I am caught, I will say, there is nobody who dies. I am not the killer. I cannot kill. I am the self. Very good. Then the judge will tell you to be hanged till death. Don't fight. Why? You are not going to die. Only the body will be hanged till death. Bhagavan is not telling kill. Bhagavan is telling don't think that you are killing. Why? Because you are not this body. You are not this jiva. Even if you think from the standpoint of this jiva, you should not cry, Arjuna. Why? Dhruvam. This is, everybody goes through this. What? Everybody who is born will die. Everybody who dies will be born again. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu. Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Tasmar apariharyarthi. These are the things which are not under your control. Why are you crying? So understand that you are that pure self who doesn't die or doesn't kill. Therefore you should not cry. Even if you think that you are jiva, you should not cry. Because you should know if they are born, they are going to die. If they are dead, they will be born again. Even from that standpoint, you should not cry. Even from the standpoint of body, Arjuna, you should not cry. Though I said that the death is only for the body, even then you should not cry. Why? It's like a bubble. For so many years, avyaktadini bhutani, vyakta madhyani bharata, avyakta nidhananyeva, tatra ka paridevana. We always say, I am born in 1960. Example. I am not born in 1960. I am not that old yet. But when we say I am born in 1960, which means since the death of Jesus Christ, 1960 years have gone when the body did not exist. For 75, 80, 100 years, the body will exist. Again, after that, for thousands of years, the body will not exist. So, if we see the full graph of how many years the body did not exist, how many years the body will not exist, in between little bit bubble like the body comes and goes. Will you cry for that? Therefore, Arjuna, don't cry. In this Sankhya Yoga, Bhagavan Shri Krishna gives the knowledge of the self to Arjuna, this Upanishadic knowledge. And he quotes Upanishads. Shri Krishna is very clear. He is a very good academician. If he is giving references, he mentions. I am giving reference. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit. Nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam purana. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Kathopanishad mantra that he is quoting it from. Right? Arjuna, you are neither born nor will you die. Understand your real nature and you will not have any sorrow. Did you understand what Shri Krishna is trying to say? For those who have understood, congratulations. For those who have not understood, double congratulations. Why? Because you are exactly where Arjuna is. He has not understood what Shri Krishna has said. And therefore what? Therefore you have to come tomorrow. Why? Because after giving Sankhya, knowledge of the self, he is going to give Karma Yoga. Why? I understand, I am the self, I don't die, I don't kill. Then what should I do? You did not answer that. I asked you a question, what should... Tomorrow I will answer. I am saying this, okay? Shri Krishna answered immediately, but time is not there. Therefore, we will see tomorrow what Bhagavan Shri Krishna is answering. After giving this self-knowledge, immediately he backs up with the practical wisdom. This is the philosophy. Now, what is the practical way to do it? Next topic of Karma Yoga, which he takes, which we will see tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Hari Om. Tomorrow 6:15 bhajans will start, 6:30 session will start, okay? Today because of inauguration, that every day that won't be there, okay? Directly class will start. Hari Om.